Cooper Live, we connect the industry leaders in the architectural, engineering, and construction space with the people, the products, and the processes to help them build it better. All right, welcome to Dave Cooper Live, where we're always exploring better ways to build. And today we're diving into a bold, future-focused movement, redefining how we design and construct the spaces we live, work, and thrive in. What if there was a way to deliver a better built product where real estate developers, property owners, the people they serve, and yes, even the planet can all win? Well, that's exactly what our guests today are here to discuss. Please join me in welcoming Peter DeMaria and Luis Rios, the dynamic minds behind Team Prefab. But first, as always, we can't bring you all these informative conversations without a few words from our supporting members. CombiLift is the largest global manufacturer of multi-directional forklifts and straddle carriers, a leader in long load handling solutions, offering a free warehouse and site optimization design service. CombiLift helps companies of all sizes and from every industry maximize the capacity, safety, and efficiency of their warehouse and storage facilities. A big thank you to Paul Short and the team at CombiLift for helping us all to build it better. Visit them at combilift.com. Ready to scale up your offsite construction business? Introducing 4A Constructs, your solution to finding skilled labor for offsite manufacturing. Say goodbye to the headache of recruiting a skilled workforce with hand-selected certified tradesmen that are expertly trained and managed for offsite manufacturing, set crews, and finished crews, ensuring maximum productivity and safety. Unlock the future of skilled workforce development for all of your offsite construction needs. Visit them at 4aconstructs.com. All right, let's welcome Peter and Luis Rios to the show. How are you doing today, gentlemen?
Doing great, Dave. Good morning. Fantastic.
Well, good morning. Good morning to you both. All right, so listen, we got a lot to cover today. You guys are starting some new initiatives, which is awesome, right out there in the wonderful blue skies of LA, which I am jealous of right now because it's only like 30 some degrees where I'm at. But before we get into this, Peter, you have been on the show. You're a very renowned expert and architect in the offsite space, in the modular space. Peter, Luis, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do? And then I want to get into exactly what Team Prefab is all about. Go for it.
Yeah, for the past 20 years, I worked for multiple developers in California in the low-income multifamily space. And so I learned a lot of the challenges that they face during construction on site, and modular construction is a solution for that space, and also all the different industries related to construction.
Got it. Got it. All right. So let's hop into this then, right, guys? Tell me a little bit about, what it is you've started here, Team Prefab. I mean, you're already mid-rise modular. Peter, you're doing all your architectural stuff. In fact, if I recall, you were just in Saudi Arabia, giving a keynote and speaking there. So give us the rundown. Why Team Prefab and what is it?
Hey, Dave, first of all, thank you so much for having us on the show, man. It's always a pleasure. I know you're the ambassador in the modular space, and we just love, getting in dialogue with you because you're always raising the great points. Yes, just returned from Saudi Arabia and Riyadh and was at the Cityscape Global Conference, the largest real estate conference on the planet. And folks on the other side of the planet are dealing with the same issues we're dealing with in modular space. And really, that's what's given birth to Team Prefab. Being part of mid-rise modular and working as a modular-focused architect over the last 15 to 20 years, you start to see all the challenges that exist out there. And after a while, you solve them. You actually have it together, but then you realize the rest of the industry, all the fellow architects out there are wrestling with the same challenges that I'm wrestling with. And same thing for fabricators, same thing for general contractors, lenders, product suppliers, all of them are wrestling with the same challenges. And we go to these wonderful conferences and it lasts for 4 days. It's a wealth of information and then it's done and it's over. And you go back to the internet and you get more confused. Team Prefab, okay, is really a digital and physical consumer-centric exchange hub. That's what we're all about. Providing a uniform platform, one-stop shop for learning, employing the services of professionals, and purchasing products that are modular focused only.
Modular focused only. So you say consumer. So can the average consumer learn about what modular construction is through your Team Prefab?
Definitely. That's why we're doing it. In fact, so often, every interview we walk into, we have to bring people up to speed. They know just enough to inquire, but they're not experts. But when they come to our website, come to our physical location, come to our prototype village, they're able to come and kick the tires and find everyone from each of the different disciplines: architects, engineers, developer, fabricator, contractor. They can leave here without any loose ends. They've got a total solution. And the key to all of it, most of the time, is the lenders. Really rarely does someone do that. If you've seen the model when you walk into a car dealership, you don't leave without going into that tiny little office where all the dollars make sense. And that's really what helps the entire machine run. And that's why Luis is so valuable in everything we're doing. And he really sees the big picture.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I mean, I've always said, just like the pharmaceutical industry, right? We need the consumer to be asking for a better product because they don't know enough about it. And the pharmaceutical industry went straight to the consumer when the government shut them down from sending doctors on vacations, right? Now you go and all you see on TV is, hey, we got the best little blue pill you can buy. Ask your doctor for ours, right? We need kind of a similar approach here as well. So let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going to go on. Is this a physical location? Is this a virtual location? You mentioned that you might actually have physical buildings and products for people to tour, almost like a showcase of home or a showcase of products. So I'm going to put some photos that you sent me on the screen. And why don't you walk us through everything you guys are doing?
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about those groups that I spoke about, the developers, the contractors, the fabricators. And then I'll have Luis chime in about the lenders and their relationship with the contractors and how you get the whole thing moving from a financial standpoint. We're breaking Team Prefab down into building types. In other words, we have ADUs, single-family residential, low-rise, mid-rise, high-rise, multifamily, hospitality, medical, assisted living, you name it. All these different building types. And along with those building types, we'll have the different technology that's used in modular space. So for example, you can find ADUs that are fabricated from 2D panels, or you'll find ADUs that are 3D volumetric. And the same thing for mid-rise projects or multifamily. Medical is primarily volumetric. So you're able to come in and learn, first of all, what is that building type that you're interested in? And then you learn what system best lends itself to the construction of that project. in addition to that, then you get introduced to the architects who specialize in it, the engineers who specialize in it, the fabricators, all of these different specialists for that building type. So instead of coming here to get this broad education about modular and the history of all of it, which is wonderful, don't get me wrong, but people in the business world say, listen, I'm looking for solutions and I need to go to a one-stop shop. That's what we're trying to provide here. So, it doesn't, well, there's some real variety in all of it, but we've been working on this for about 18 months, nearly 2 years, doing all the research and bringing everything into this one spot. Now, when I mentioned earlier about the lenders, that's always been the largest challenge for me. We usually rely on the owner to come with that lender or to go find that lender, right? But Luis has helped us bringing lenders in here who are friendly to the modular process, and it's much different than the traditional construction build mode. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so one of the biggest challenges is financing modular construction, and it's finding the right financing source to make these projects go. So there has to be, the money has to come from a source, either it's private money, a financial institution. You have to find the right lending source. And with this new product type, with the modular, since it's built off-site, there's different challenges for the lenders to analyze the risk on these products. So we've been out there contacting some of the largest lenders in the country and finding solutions to the issues that they have versus the traditional construction lending. There's so many advantages for the lenders and also the developers. Everything is done in-house on an off-site factory. They know where the materials are. There's less risk of theft. There's very little to zero waste. They can see the progress from start to finish, and everything is more of like a product. It's a factory mindset. So everything is from start to finish. It could be laid out for the construction timeline, and they could really gauge on how the construction is going to be laid out throughout the process. And in addition to that, it saves the developers or the person getting the financing months and months of interest on their construction loans. So there's so many benefits, but there are challenges from a lender perspective, since it's completely different from the traditional construction financing.
Yeah, listen, man, everybody in this industry struggling with the lender side of this, right? And a lot of it is the lenders just don't know how to lend in this market, and them also having a resource to actually figure it out and understand it, and understand that their money in most cases is a lot more secure than it is a traditional construction. I think is part of that educational process. Awesome. All right. So all this is under one roof. And you said you have a showcase of homes there, or demo homes. What do you have there?
We have a prototype village, and we've got at least 3 different types of modules that'll be out there: ADU, multifamily unit, and then one, I guess it's classified as a tiny home, but all of them represent different approaches to creating modular. There's wood, there's light gauge steel, and really we're looking at the pros and cons. And it's almost like going to that car lot where you can kick the tires, right? Without doubt, we're only going to represent the quality vendors in our space. We're not interested in becoming Home Depot or a used car lot or the tiny home convention where everybody shows up with God knows what, right? One of the reasons we want folks to come here is because things are vetted. People are able to see that a professional has already reviewed this and said, okay, all those products, all those professionals, all those prototypes that are out there in the village have been vetted, and it's quality stuff. So that's a huge one, to be able to come and see and touch and sit down in the modules is a major advantage. And there's 2 things going on, Dan. I'm sorry to get long-winded on this, but we have a digital presence, right? We were online, and that digital presence, and your friend Michelangelo put together our website, right? He's the guy behind the marketing of it, but he's been working on that. And we're pulling people in from across the United States already, and we haven't really launched, okay? And they're looking at the website and say, wait a minute, there's some interesting information on this website consolidated into one spot. So he's done a great job with that. In addition to that, Luis has brought in the idea of creating a WeWork space here as well in our physical location. And the physical location is focused just on modular people. We do not want folks who are opening up a new Starbucks or something here as people just in the modular space. So you'll find architects, you already have a lender on board here, and all these, they're kind of coalesce, and create a synergy that supports each other, right? And I don't want to call it a commune, but it's getting that way. I mean, it's kind of wild because we're all focused on this modular thing. And then beyond that physical space, where people are working in the workspace, and you'll see we've got everything on display here. We've got flat screens everywhere, running continuously, all the products and all those professionals. Then we have finally that village, which is where you go in and you see the culmination, really what it all adds up to. After everything we show you in here and everything we talk to you about, you see the physical thing out there.
Yeah.
So that's really important, especially in a place like Los Angeles, where folks need to come in and feel it and see it. And Luis, one of the things he talks about is the stigma with the bankers. Most of them don't know what's possible in that modular space. They're thinking about a trailer home. They're thinking about a trailer home park. And then they step in and they go, what is this? Right? And they're jumping up and down. The floor's not shaking. And it's like They open up the wall for them and they see the metal studs and the commercial grade construction. They're like, we're sold. Right? I wish it was that easy on all of them. So that's where it came from. I said, if we can make it that easy, let's do something about it. That's really what gave birth to the whole place.
I was in Munich last summer on a big grand tour. Or maybe was it the summer before? I can't remember. It runs around. I'm pretty much everywhere anymore, it seems like, living on planes. But there is a place called Poing over there right outside of Munich, and it is a showcase of offsite construction. I mean, it is residential houses, commercial. I mean, it's huge. I think there's 60 or 70. And that place is packed. So I hope you guys have the same success as they're having there, which I have no doubt, because I don't know of any other place that's doing anything like that as of yet. All right, so let's talk about the space you're in. I'm going to add to the show here these the slide decks so we can take a look at this, and then people can see exactly what you have going on in there. If I can get it up on the screen. Here we go. There it is. So what is this here? This is so you're in a different part of the room now. That's another side of the office, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so this space is dedicated for modular co-working professionals. So we have over 15 dedicated desks. We have a kitchen area purely dedicated for someone to come in, co-work, and get their business done in the modular construction setting with other modular professionals. Here we have a private, this is another co-working area. Similar thing, this is more in our product gallery area. So while they're working, they can actually be immersed in the modular experience.
The WeWork of modular. Love it.
Absolutely. This is our map of America. So we have different zones. There's a northwest, southwest, the eastern side, and each different zone has a completely different building concept, building materials, different building professionals. So these are different zones we were going to focus on, and having different professionals in each area, the best of class. And we want to represent these professionals here at Team Prefab. That's what we're working on.
I could add a little to that map, Dave. Our mid-rise company is located in Southern California. But we'll be the first ones to tell you we're not doing a project in Pennsylvania outside of Pittsburgh. Logistics, shipping, all that fun stuff just prevents it. But if we can latch on to Jim Gabriel and his team there, my God, that's incredible. Then we're bringing the best of the best across the United States. So we see that the folks that we bring on board will really focus on a certain district, and then we're able to have quality across the board instead of one company was so good and then they're charging you 3 times the amount for shipping because their proximity is just so far away. Okay? So this is our goal, and we're hoping that in each one of these districts, if not the major cities, you're going to find new Team Prefab Pittsburgh, Team Prefab Miami, Team Prefab Austin. Okay, so we've got plans, and Luis has put a bunch of that together for our expansion, because in Los Angeles, it's really grabbing a bunch of attention. It looks like there's going to be a great turnout for everything we're doing.
Oh, hey, listen, California is just booming with offsite construction right now because nobody can afford to live there, or it seems like the wildfires are taking out more houses than are being built. So I think it's a great opportunity. All right, so we got a little video here. Is it all right if I play it and you guys tell us what we're seeing? Walk us through.
This is the Los Angeles for gallery space. Each one's dedicated for a different professional. From A to U to single family housing. There's our co-working space that's immersed inside the front gallery. We have private offices that are open to use for the professional in the space. This is where we have a dedicated workspace in the facility. That's our whole team prefab modular village there on the right.
Love it. Do me a favor and stand a little bit closer to the computer. So you're breaking up a little bit being so far back. So go ahead. So here we are. What does Team Prefab do? And we covered some of this already. So walk me through. I'm seeing provider assistance, humanity, sustainability, profitability, architecture as a product. Walk us through each one of these.
If I could, I'm going to try to give a case study or an example on this. I travel a bunch, and I'm going to Expedia. And I'm not doing infomercials for Expedia, but Expedia has it down. I go on there, I find an affordable rental car, I find an affordable flight, I find an affordable place to stay, and they could sell me, T-shirts pretty soon. I rely on it, right? And I always get the ticket. Everything works out quite nicely. So they're a broker, okay, of these different services and products. And I see us fulfilling that same role in the modular space. At the moment, modular industry is so fragmented. There's some really incredible people in every level of this space. From you name the product people that when those product people show their products to potential clients here, they have meetings with them here, right? So we're creating satellite offices for all these other companies. They can't afford to put in a showroom, right? So we're fulfilling many different roles, but essentially we're a broker for all of these different services and products in a vetted space that's credible. And it's not just me. I'm kind of the mentor consultant to these guys, right? But the minute I pull in somebody like Dave Cooper, I've got Ken Lowney up in San Francisco, and a bunch of people here in LA, different fabricators, people like Jim back east. When you start to collect those people in one spot, tremendous amount of energy. You start to move the needle in the industry. That's our goal. We're trying to make this easier for this generation that's here and the next generation, because I know we fought the wars over the past 2 decades, and it's a shame to have all that information just locked up in my brain or locked up in some other professional's brain. Let's share it with the industry, and we can float the entire industry boat. That's what we're really all about.
Yeah, listen, it's always the first pioneers that take the most arrows, as they say, right? Yeah, but you're looking okay to me. Definitely so. Awesome. So again, this is just some of the stuff we saw in the video. I'm assuming this is the prototype village you were talking about, and that's what it's going to be looking like.
Absolutely. Everyone will be able to come and see, feel, and experience the different modular construction types.
Mm-hmm.
The white building is where we're located now. Right
here? With the big mural on the side?
The office space is on the second floor. The gallery space, which is your next slide, is on the bottom floor. That's where Luis and I are standing currently. And each one of those screens focuses on a building type. Okay, so you'll go to the, let's say, low-rise apartment, multifamily. On that screen, you'll have architects, fabricators, contractors, developers, lenders, the entire thing on that one screen. So I don't have to scramble around and get lost in all of it. I can sit there and watch that thing and say, my God, I think I just landed all the information I need, right? So each of those screens is focused on that. And the idea of being digital with monitors instead of hanging things on the wall enables us to adapt. And that's the one thing we found in this industry is you've got to be able to adapt. You've got to be able to pivot.
That's right.
And be able to bring the best product forward and the best service forward. So that's really all by design. We didn't get a deal on those TVs. It's really reinforcing a whole mindset and strategy on our part.
Yeah, well, if you get a deal, let me know. I could use some for the new studio I'm building. So let me just keep me in mind. And if you know any fabricators, I could use some fabrication done here too. All right. All right. Well, I got to put my plugs in where I can. This stuff doesn't happen for free. So what are we looking at here? You guys what are you selling? Product?
Absolutely. So this is one of the companies that are represented here is FIBO. So they're out of Norway, and they have a product that's very unique for the bathroom space. Here.
Let me put that on the screen. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. This is a tongue and groove cladding that's used for the interior showers. It's made of fine, whatever the finish you like. They've got a wide range of finishes, but it's marine grade plywood. This marine grade plywood is installed. You can install an entire bathroom, one guy in one day. That means I eliminate the hot mop inspections. I eliminate all the lath inspections, everything. If you ever put in a shower, put in a bathroom, you know how long it takes when it comes to getting all your different inspections approved, and then the actual work, getting it completed. So what's happening now is our bathrooms are being assembled typically in less than a day, as opposed to traditional bathrooms that just take 3-4 times as long, sometimes even 10 times as long.
Yeah.
So what we've done is we've looked at every facet of the modular industry and said, how can we bring that to the different players? How can we enlighten the general contractors and show them a new way? Most of the general contractors that have come by have not made this big switch to the modular space. They said, you know what? This material makes sense. I can use this in the traditional world. So it's kind of a nice synergy. People are exchanging things here. So it just makes sense. And this is just one example. FIBO has embraced what we've been doing early on. The CEO came here from Norway. The CEO from the US was here. And then the distributor out of Las Vegas came by as well. And they came to make sure, we knew what we were doing, and we passed the test. And they're folks who are now on board, feel strongly about what we're doing, probably even going to have a little distributorship out of here. So it's great already. They're a case study of how we would love to work with everyone in the product world.
Talk to me a little bit about that product in your hand real quick on the sense of why it makes sense for modular. My guess is it's lighter than tile. It ships better. It can handle shifting and bumps better than tile and grout can handle. Am I on the right track?
You're right on the mark. There's no mud. There's no concrete. There's no setting of tile or stone. And then
how do you put it on a wall if there's no mud?
Lifetime warranty.
Yes, lifetime warranty, all cut, micro laser cut. Precision stuff. Right? And all of this is really popular in Norway, where they have a small window in these cold climates in Northern Europe. You just can't go out and start digging foundations in September. Everything's frozen, so they're forced to go inside. And what you're finding is the result of all those hardship is giving birth to new ideas and innovation. And wow, we don't get much snow here, but this is a great solution in Southern California.
Yeah.
I want to be able to put those showers in quickly. And we don't just limit it to the shower, we do the entire bathroom. Okay? You can do backsplashes with it and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's just a great product. And now when you start to assemble 50 great products, that's really helping the industry, because most everyone has to get in there and really understand all the different products before they install them into their modules. And so many people will learn from this and say, wow, you just saved me a tremendous amount of time. Like I wasn't aware of this material 3 years ago, right? So, and now it saves us time, money, and really helps us deliver on the modular promise.
Love it. Love it. And all the while, you guys are also building stuff, right? It's not, you're just not talking about it. You actually build. And Peter, just so everybody knows out there, Peter's just not an architect who designs stuff. He actually has to eat his own pudding because his name's on it. And he's responsible if there's cost overruns as well, if he missed something. So they have it dialed in, not only because they're not only designing, but they actually have to build it and work with the clients all the way through. So I love that about this, Peter. And I think that brings a lot of credibility to what you're doing. So let me go. We got just a minute here left. I want to put this back on the screen. Just some more views of what the design center is going to look like. In fact, since the last time we looked at the picture, we added a whole nother demonstration display there. So this is growing fast.
Yeah, it's growing in popularity.
Got it. I love it. All right. So, and then obviously, it wouldn't be a good show unless you were able to promote yourself a little bit. So here's where you can find Team Prefab at Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So it's everything's at Team Prefab. Yeah.
Well,
just go to at Team Prefab.
If you go onto the website, you're going to find there's a page there that's under construction. Michelangelo's banging that out right now. It'll be ready for January. And what it will do is it will give a profile of all those different professionals, architects, the engineers, the fabricators, the general contractors, all of them, and the area of specialization. In other words, the building types that they specialize in. Go on that site, select that fabricator, and see all the information about the project they've completed, how much it costs, how long it took to construct, the pros and cons. I mean, it's a full understanding of the project type that you're interested in, as opposed to kind of generalized, kind of promoting the pros and cons, let's say, of modular. This is some of the specific case studies. We found that super valuable, especially for his lenders.
Yeah.
They said, show me something that's been done. Show me the case study. Show me where their cost overruns. And no, sorry. Meterize it down to 1/10 of 1% of the.
Oh, I think you guys froze up on me there. Good thing we're near. You there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, you froze up on me there. So, hey, that might be a good sign because we got through just about everything. Is there anything that we didn't talk about before we wrap up that you want to get out there to the rest of the world?
Sure, I think so. We're great.
Yeah, that's it.
Visit Team Prefab.
Exactly.
Yep. Go visit Team Prefab and check out all their Instagram channels and Facebook and LinkedIn and all that fun stuff that's out there. And as always, make sure you subscribe to Dave Cooper Live. This is where you find all the innovation happening in the industry, from modular to CLT to mass timber and cold form steel, whether it's panels or volumetric. Doesn't matter to me as long as you're doing it better, you're building it better. We're going to make this world more sustainable, healthier, and we're going to build better buildings for not only those who work in them, but for those who live in them. Gentlemen, Peter, Luis, thank you so much for joining us today.
Dave, I know I'm speaking for Luis and myself here. We can't thank you enough. You're a great ambassador in this industry, and we're indebted to you. Thank you for the forum to share everything. Hopefully, we can make a positive difference together.
Well, I love it. And thank you guys for what you do. I only deliver the messages out here. All of you out there are doing the hard work. So don't go anywhere. I'll come back to you after the outro. And once again, make sure you check out that scrolling ticker because those are all of our sponsors and then some, because we got more coming up at the end card. Again, we can't do any of this without them. And if you want to be part of our show, just let us know. We'd love to talk to you out there. But I don't care if you're the CEO of the biggest home builder in the world. If you ain't doing something better, you're not coming on this show. It's invite only, and it is not a pay to play. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
Thank you.
What an amazing show. Thank you to all of our sponsors for helping us to continue to bring all of these innovative conversations to all of you out there. Please visit them, see what they have to offer you. And as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring that bell. It would mean the world to us. I'm Dave Cooper. Thanks for watching.